This is my reflective e-journal for EDAD 766A. Today is February 11th, 2022. How do I create a culture of trust and mutual respect so that staff and parents and families feel supported in sharing diverse thinking, ideas, and problems? Well, first off, I think it's very important to have open communication. It's a two-way street. You can't just let one person communicate and then not follow through. I also think that it's very important to listen and to validate feelings of all stakeholders that are involved, and even to follow through with what the action plan was agreed on. It's also important to keep this mutual respect and trust going. You can continue to collaborate with all stakeholders to make sure that the trust grows and that the respect grows. It's also important to be visible and to be approachable and kind. I think that's really important. I make it a daily goal to whoever I pass in the hall or whoever I come in contact with out waiting for their student, that I always make sure that I greet them and say hello. I walk the walk, and I would not expect to do anything less. And then also to be ethical. I don't talk about what I've talked about with other people, and to make sure that I am extremely professional, yet human. I think that it's very important that the stakeholders feel that they've been heard and that they have a voice. So it's important to listen to them and to listen to the whole story without interruption and without using examples of, say, something that they had talked to me about, that I cut them off and then I incorporate something I have to say. It's very important just to listen for the whole thing at the very beginning. And then if I do have questions at the end, just to clarify so that I understand what is going on and what they are asking me to do. And then to problem solve with them, not just on my own, like with them, to make sure that they feel like they are part of what's going on and they feel like they've had a voice in it. And then to follow up with them to see how things are going later on with the action plan that we have come up with. So it's extremely important to reflect. I reflect on things that have gone on with when I am helping stakeholders. So one time something happened and the parent had a concern and they felt like their voice wasn't heard, or they didn't like the outcome or the way that it was solved, so they contacted the district office. And then we usually get an email from the district office. So then follow up with a phone call to the parent just to clarify how they're feeling, so to listen to them again, and possibly even set up an appointment or to schedule a meeting with this family member or this other stakeholder that is having a concern so that we can resolve the problem. The next thing is to basically follow through with the action plan that we've come up with. And I think that's extremely important, because if they're not feeling that they've been heard, then it's going to be like a vicious cycle that's just going to be happening over and over again. So I did find out through this that I am a listener, and I go above and beyond with problem solving, and I like to involve everybody that is with this concern. I like to involve them all into to talk about ways that we can help, say, their student, or we can help them, and or help the teacher. So I like to get all parties involved in that process. And I feel that I am a collaborator with this strategy that I do use, because it's extremely important that they do feel that they're being heard. And it's extremely important that they feel like they do have a voice in the decision making that is happening at our campus.